NBC says it looks like tomorrow's Wednesday, November 4th episode will feature some very intense, dramatic, entertaining, emotional, and romantic scenes, where Trip is so startled and angry. Kate informs Roman how Allie was raped. Sean makes Ben understand that he needs to move on. Gwen paused Chad and Abby's romantic moments, and more. We'll go ahead and start this spoiler with a Trip situation. It turns out that Trip is going to have a new scene with Allie, in which she informs him that Kayla has been conducting a DNA test. This information will certainly make Trip quite uncomfortable and startled. The official NBC description for this latest Allie and Trip scenario tells us, Trip was shocked and furious to learn from Allie that Kayla had a DNA test. An alternate description reads like this. Allie let Trip know that the test was taken at Kayla's request. Trip is seething with dissatisfaction with his stepmother, and he certainly won't be happier when the results are shared. Another official thing we're hearing about Allie is that she's going to let Nicole know the DNA result is ready. That will happen in the November 4th episode. The second short clip reveals that Kate will have a new conversation with Roman in this episode. In it, she will reveal some very sensitive information to Roman about Allie being raped while she was in London, England. NBC's description of this Kate and Roman script tells us, Kate tells Roman how Allie was raped in London. An alternate description reads like this. Roman had a rough but psychological conversation with Kate, who informed him of the horrors Allie experienced while in London. How would Rome react to this revelation during this time? That's a big question for this particular plot. Looks like this plot could have some dramatic and intense scenes. The third teaser reveals that Sean will have a pretty pivotal moment for Ben in this episode, as he will make Ben realize he needs to find some way to move on. NBC's description of this Sean and Ben storyline tells us, Sean convinces Ben that he has to find some way to go on. An alternate description reads like this. Sean has some sage advice for relatives of Ben. Will Ben really move on? That is a very important question for this ongoing plot. We'll definitely have to play it by ear, as that's all the loot trailers we have for Ben and Sean outside of this episode. Describes the fourth and final teaser to us that Gwen is going to have a very interesting moment with Chad and Abby in this episode. At some point, we'll see Gwen completely interrupting a very romantic session that Chad and Abby are having. NBC's description of this latest Gwen, Chad, and Abby plot tells us, Gwen interrupted a romantic moment between Chad and Abigail. We imagine that Chad and Abby wouldn't be too happy with Gwen this time around. So get ready to see some of the dramatic and stressful scenes that could unfold as this plot unfolds. Some of the other official things we're hearing about Abby is that she's going to give her parents a special party to honor them on the November 5th episode. Abby will also be hit hard after. Found a letter Jack sent to Kate. And that will happen in the November 6th episode. Thanks for watching our videos. Goodbye and see you again.